all about health, and there's a yoga session, and then there is music throughout the evening, right till after 11 p.m. tonight. I am Ritu here. I am going to be doing the first part, which is a health talk. But before we go to the health talk, I want to thank Mohammed for actually organizing the whole event. And when I asked him what was the purpose of the event, his answer is what really got me. He mentioned that the whole Virtual Fusion Festival was about connecting each other. Due to the long lockdown that we've all experienced in our local area and throughout New South Wales, and I suppose beyond New South Wales as well, all around Australia, all around the world. The other reason he mentioned he wanted to do this Fusion Festival is to make a difference in the lives of others. And he wanted to move towards health. And the event is also to raise money for an app that he's and others are involved with in creating a mental health app. So I want to thank Mohammed for inviting me to do this health talk, also organizing the event, and look forward to the mental health app that he and others have already started developing. So please give generously, as this event is all about cheer and connecting everybody, but also going towards a really good cause of developing a mental health app. So when Mohammed invited me to do a health talk, I really didn't know what to talk about because health is such a big topic. So what I'm going to do is talk about the overall health, give you a bigger picture of what health is all about. So I'm going to share my screen with you and talk about holistic health. And I'll give you a few tips that would be useful for you in terms of your health. And the next session is actually followed by a yoga session by Tila Jane. And for people who know me, I'm big on yoga. So hang around for that, not only music, but also the yoga session. So firstly, the health talk. Let's share the screen and get our health talk under the way. So what does health involve? This picture tells us is more than just mental or physical health that most of us are talking about. As you can see, we've got environment, because the environment, we've got fresh air, right? And we all know that nature is really healthy for us. And we'd hear it all the time, go out for a walk in nature. Why? Because the fresh air that we breathe is absolutely healthy for us. And health also includes other items, as you can see here, genes, sleep. I'm big on sleep, and I'm going to talk about that a bit later as well. Part of health is also the medicine, the doctor's consultation, the vitamins, and at the moment, it's been the vaccinations. The diet that we eat, food. What do we put in our bodies is not just food, it's also about what we drink. And going back to the environment, not in the fresh air versus the toxins that we breathe. It's also about feeling good, not just looking good, but feeling good. And one of the things that will make us feel good is our love hormones. That's right. So let's move on and look at what is health? What is the definition of health? So I'm going straight to the definition of the World Health Organization, which states that health is a dynamic state of complete physical, mental, spiritual, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So the World Health Organization, and I've just saying who, it's not saying that health is only the absence of disease. But to get the complete well-being, we must concentrate on 4 dimensions here: physical, mental, social, and spiritual. We've been talking about physical health for some time, and mental health has really come in the front in the last couple of years as well. Social health, I want to go beyond just mixing with friends on the weekend. I want to go towards actually social development of our own being. And spiritual health, somewhat neglected these days. So hopefully we can bring all that back. And remember, it's not just talking about one in isolation. Everything is interconnected. So on whatever level you work on, it's going to have a ripple effect on others. However, speaking about my own transformation, that really came through when I started working on the spiritual health. Now, the other thing that the World Health Organization talks about, health is a dynamic state. Dynamic, it's continuous. It's about changing, it's about growing, it's about evolving. And it also depends on different stages of our life. So how you define health at my age, which is in the 50s, is going to be very different for, say, my boys, which are in mid-20s, 25, 27. So health is just cannot be seen as physical and mental in isolation. We need to start taking a more holistic approach to our health and well-being. And again, the World Health Organization states that over 60% of related factors to one's health and quality of life are correlated with their lifestyle. So I did a little bit of a Google search trying to find out, we all talk about lifestyle and so on, but how do you define lifestyle? The way people live. Lifestyle is the way people live, and this has immense influence on the status of our health or disease. So what we want to do is start having a look at our lifestyle. What do we do on daily basis that affects our health? What is happening these days is the modern lifestyle is actually leading to another pandemic. We call that lifestyle disorders. And what I'm talking about is stress. The technology that we have is great because it's made us easier to connect with one another. I think we've forgotten about the connection. also with the technology, and especially during this COVID times, our work has also gone holistically, wholly towards technology. So we are sitting for longer hours than we ever did. And that also affects our sleep, our quality of sleep. So as you can see, we already talked about quite a few factors that have a connection with our health. Lifestyle factors such as stress, the overuse of technology, lack of sleep, having a sitting lifestyle. So healthy lifestyle is one of holistic view, and we all want good health and well-being. Who doesn't? All right. However, to get that, we must earn it by living a disciplined and healthy lifestyle, which will have enormous benefits towards our health, and health leads to happiness. And Dalai Lama had said, the highest form of happiness is good health. And in the words of Gandhi, your health is your real wealth. So let's start paying attention to our health. And our health is determined by our lifestyle. So let's look at some of the lifestyle factors that influence our health. Diet, and we often talk about body mass index when we are talking about overweight and obesity. Now, diet is the word that I don't really like, because when I think about diet, I'm actually thinking about dieting to lose weight and so on. Okay, so food is what I want to look at. Now, food is considered to be the greatest factor in lifestyle and has a direct and positive relationship with health. And there are so many studies out there which relate food to mood. So watch what you eat. The other factor besides the food and mood connection is I want you to start looking at calories versus nutrition. Concentration is going towards calories because we want to lose weight and we want our physical body to look thin, which is absolutely fine. However, if you want to thrive, if you want energy to last you throughout the day, we need to start looking at nutrition. What nutrition is going in your body? What are the nutrients, vitamins, minerals that you're feeding your body? So you need to start looking at what you're eating and drinking to actually thrive. To actually thrive. That's what we need to do at the moment. Secondly, we know exercise is very important role in losing weight and in maintaining a healthy body, and it's great for our mental health. But what's happening here is we are exercising that 1-2 hours per day even, but the rest of the time we're either sitting or we're sleeping. So I want you to start having a look at exercise versus movement, because studies show exercise is not the same as movement. We need to move regularly, get off that chair when we're sitting on the computer for long hours, because movement is very important to look after our spine. And posture. Posture affects our physical health and also our mental health. So pay attention to what your posture is right now. And moving throughout the day will make you feel healthier, happier. And it's not just about looking, it's about feeling, as I said, because that's what gives life. That's what makes a happy life. The third thing that I'm big on is sleep. Now, sleep allows our bodies to repair. Now, sleep is where all the healing occurs. Sound sleep. However, most of us are not getting that sound sleep. So they say 6 to 8 hours. I'm talking about quality of sleep. And lifestyle factors can affect your sleep. And sleep, if you go and look at the studies, is linked with both physical and mental health. Now think about it. We sleep about 8 hours a day. That is 33% of the time that we are sleeping. So sleep is really important to our health. So I want you to pay attention is how soundly you are sleeping and what is your sleep like. So those three factors I want you to be really careful on when we are talking about physical and mental health. Okay. And as I mentioned, you work on one, it's going to have a ripple effect on the other. Work on both, get more benefits at the same time. The third thing that the World Health Organization talked about is social. Now, to me, social health is about development. It's about skills like bouncing back from being teased or sitting still in a group to listen to story examples of healthy social and emotional development. Emotions are huge. Fear versus love. Everything that we do in our life is coming out of fear. Most of us are doing that. And to me, it looks like we've come up with a collective fear at the moment. Fear is a negative emotion which affects our health, both physically and mentally. So what we need to do is start moving away from fear and do everything with love. Love has a positive feeling. And we mentioned it's about feelings. You want to feel good. You want to feel energized. Let's do things for the love of it. Love for ourselves, love for each other, love for the community, with love for the world. I mean, we're driving in the streets, and no exception, I've been the same. And suddenly, you know, you go over the speed limit and you go, oh, hang on. You know, there might be a cop here. Yes, that's our friendly cops' jobs to do that. But what I want you to start thinking is, hey, let's just slow down for everybody's benefit, including ourselves. Social development is about improving the well-being of every individual in the society so they can reach their full potential. And every individual, if they're healthy, that's going to leave to the family being healthy. It's going to leave to your community being healthy. It's going to leave to the society being healthy. Okay? Again, a ripple effect. And the success of the society is linked to the well-being of each and every citizen. Works both ways. So social development means investing in ourselves, in people. And as I mentioned, everybody will do well then. The last thing that the World Health Organization was talking about is spiritual health. Yeah, I'm huge on spiritual health, as I mentioned. Did I? I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm mentioning it right now. My transformations of health came through when I started connecting with that spirit within me. And it was some kind of a transformation where once the connection within it started, my mental chatter definitely started becoming more positive, moving from negative to positive chatter, moving from the feelings of fear to love. And as that mental chatter became better, positive, healthier, my physical illness also started to disappear. Now, don't take my word for it. That's just my experience. Have a look. Researchers suggest a positive relationship between spiritual practices and positive health outcomes. They include self-confidence, assertiveness, fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression. And Mohammed was telling me one of the things that he wanted me to do the health talk is because most of his friends were having difficulty because they were anxious all the time. So my advice to you for that is start working on your spiritual health. Connect to something greater than yourself. Right? And then see how things transform for you. Given a definition of assertiveness, assertiveness doesn't mean to push. Okay? What it's talking about is a healthy way of communicating. As I mentioned, technology has allowed us to connect, but we've forgotten the connection, which is all about communication. It's the ability to speak up for ourselves in a way that is honest and respectful, and giving everybody a chance to have a voice. There is numerous papers that show spiritual well-being is positively related with self-ratings of physical health and vitality. So what does spirituality mean? What does it encompass? As I mentioned, spirituality is a sense of connection to something bigger than ourselves. It's understanding who we are, where do we come from, what's our purpose? Has anybody ever asked the question, who am I? How can I contribute to this world? It's a term that symbolizes the importance of being in alignment with your values, your higher self, with a higher power. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. That's health. It's about learning to be more grateful for all life around us. And numerous studies have shown the correlation between gratitude, health, and happiness. So have an attitude of gratitude. And just by making that one single shift in your life, your health will be at a different level. And people take spirituality to as being something out there, something boogie boogie. It's for something for special people. It's only for, you know, those saints and the gurus. Okay. But I'm telling you, my own experience, it's not about being special. It's not about something out there. It's in here. It's about becoming one with yourself, connecting with that highest self, with this within each and every one of us. It's about appreciating what's around us. Okay, it's about nurturing ourselves. It's about rising higher, recognizing your own potential. And that's what we talked about in our social, reaching your full potential. Continually dynamic state. Health is a dynamic state. We saw that in the first few slides with the definition of the World Health Organization, the health definition by them. It's continually progressing, changing, growing, evolving. So, to sum up, health, everything is interconnected. Mental, physical, spiritual, social, emotions are huge. Even our environment affects our health. The vitamins we take, the healthcare providers, oh God, haven't they been great during this COVID time? Everything is part of health. So I want you to start taking into account which area you can improve today in terms of your health and well-being. Okay, before I go, I want to remind everyone to please donate generously, because this virtual fusion festival is for a good cause, for all of us to get connected, work towards our health, and allowing a group of young people to develop a mental health app. Okay, the details are here. Please go and donate to the GoFund link that's right here. Now, and please wait up for the yoga session. I know you're going to enjoy. Remember, yoga is our ancient body, mind medicine. So hang around for that. And that will be followed by the music throughout the night. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.